How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and we're going to be talking about GME and AMC. We know that AMC had earnings that had to come out at 5 o'clock today, so I'm going to be sharing that inside the video. We're going to be talking about the price action. Also for GME, yes, I am aware and I knew about the dip, but I did not feel any way about it. I was completely unfazed. But what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do the technical analysis for both, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts afterwards. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis on GME. And what a day inside the market, and we cannot complain. So GME was up 7.33% on the day. So the fact that it's continuing to go up is what we want to see and is what we are looking for. As you can see here, we ended up having a gap up into the pre-market. And as you can see as well, the resistance area was around $291. It was never able to pass this particular area for the rest of the pre-market, which is a resistance area we need to pay attention to because we already know anytime we break through resistance areas, we can see some strong moves to the upside. Now let's take a look at what the support area was. We can see the support was in that 270 area, 272. Broke it a little bit when it came closer into the open, but it ended up recovering it. But one of the things we need to take a look at is the strong move that it had into the open. We ended up having this move coming all the way down from this dip we had here. Like I said, it doesn't spend that much time long when we see the candle that skinny, from 260 all the way to $348. Wow. Strong move. And you already know if you would have took advantage of this dip right here and considering the amount of upside that GME and the way it's been moving, this was a buying opportunity. This was an automatic buying opportunity. So now what we want to talk about is this strong sell-off that we end up having here. So we need to understand these particular type of movements. When they do happen, we have to take advantage. We already know what the sentiment is in regards to GME. So the recovery was inevitable. If we take a look down here at the RSI, take a look at this. 19, RSI 19. We already know below 30, that's a buy zone. So when you see this, you don't panic. We already know that GME already has strong support in the 200s already. So this was a time for you to take advantage of. I just got to reiterate that. You could already see the type of movement it had. Of course, it had some halts on the way down because, again, that is a drastic drop. But let's take a look at the recovery here. So you probably would have been able to catch it around the 185s to 190 area. And look how fast it came back to reclaiming its support here at 260. We've already seen this was a proven area of support. Let me just even open up the chart. Even if you take a look at the upside here, look at the uptrend GME has been on. So when it dropped down to here, it was inevitable that it was going to recover. So that's one of the areas I want you guys to understand. And I also want to go into details. Never ever, and I repeat, you never get into a position when the stock is falling. You want to make sure there's some sort of sign of recovery. So the thing is, even when you saw this here, it started recovering. And when you see a green candle like this or this type of price action, that's when you want to get your position in. I really want to emphasize that very quickly for you guys, especially if you're doing any short-term or swing trades. Never ever get into a stock while it's dipping. You want to get in when it starts to recover. So once you take notice of this, you see that long green candle forming, or you see the price action, or you see it going up rapidly, you get into your position. So even if you didn't get in here, as you could see down here in the 180s, you could have still gotten here around the 220s and still be looking really good. Now, what we need to take a look at was the support level here around 240. And the reason why it's significant is we want to look at what it's going to look like. We have after hours over here. So we saw this 240 area, and then we saw it get to this next support area of 251. And then back into that support area where we're seeing at 260. So in regards to a gap up that we want to look forward to tomorrow is it maintaining that 260 area and making that move to touch the 280s. And then we can end up revisiting 300 like we did today. If we end up having a gap down, we already know we have strong support at 260, so the next area you want to look for is around 240. Being prepared is very, very important if you're going to be swing trading or day trading when it comes to GME. But like I always say on this channel, number one thing is to always protect your profits. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis on AMC. which I was really impressed with the price action that we saw today. Yes, it ended up finishing off the day on the low, being down 6.19%, but we also know that they had earnings that were coming out, and I know a lot of you, which I'm hoping, were aware that they weren't going to be stellar. We already knew movie theaters are closed down, so we need to understand that and know that, all right? So one of the things we need to take a look at is also the price action. So we could see right over here into the pre-market, stayed very consistent, holding down support in an area that we could see at around $11. So we can call that $11.02, $11.03. Ended up breaking this support as it got closer into the open. That's fine, but because it ended up having a strong move. Considering that it was moving up from yesterday, and like I said, this is anticipation of earnings. Had a great run up, and we ended up hitting a resistance level here at around $12.26. You can see right here, we ended up getting up to $12.45, but as you can see how skinny that candle is, we did not spend a lot of time up there. Of course, we had this dip that happened to a lot of stocks today. So, like I said in other videos, if you had the opportunity to add to certain stocks you're looking at, this was the time to add. We can take a look here down at the RSI. It's literally at 30. This is what we love to see. Now, taking a look at what the support level is looking like right here, it's around $9.80 from what we could see here, because it's actually respecting it and it's actually making moves above it. So taking that into consideration and taking a look at where after hours is, currently we're at $10.88. Looks like it's trying to get back into that $11 area in after hours. If it doesn't happen today and conditions in the market are, you know what, not as volatile or stocks are not still correcting, we could definitely look forward to seeing AMC reclaim back that $11 territory. Because, like I said, we already knew earnings was coming. We already knew that it wasn't going to be the greatest either. So, like I said, there's still more room for AMC to move. And this whole earnings news, I really don't see it too much as a problem. And if it's distracting you, I would highly suggest is to continue looking at the game plan and looking at prior videos. Because like I said, this is not an issue to be concerned about, especially looking forward, because we have movie theaters opening in New York as well as Los Angeles and moving on and so forth. All right. So I just wanted to kind of show you that and tell you that so you're aware. So seeing this area of resistance from at $12, I'm definitely looking for AMC to retest this. Whether it's this week or next week, I do want to see it retest this area, and I think it can, especially since it's at $10.82 and at a support level that's pretty good here at $9.84. It's something to look forward to. It'd be great to see AMC just hold it down that 10 area as well. And I think it's very doable for AMC to hold down that $10 area and have that gap up going in to tomorrow. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Let's see that gap up, AMC getting into the 11 area and then starting to move forward. And then after, if there's a gap down, then we definitely need to look out for that next area, which would be around, let's call this, let me just open up the chart a little bit for you guys. Definitely the next area that I'd want to see it hold down is around that $10.20 area, right? So anywhere in the $20s is the support that I want to see hold up for AMC, and just in case we end up getting a gap down. All right, so as you guys can see here on Yahoo Finance, AMC reported earnings, and it was actually looking really good. So AMC Entertainment reported earnings that topped expectations. AMC reported revenue of $162.5 million, beating revenue estimates of $142 million. Yahoo Finance Jared Bickery joined Yahoo Finance Live to break down the key metrics. So this is what they were talking about and so forth. If you guys want to check that out later, you can check that out. But hey, it was great to see that they actually beat estimates. And we already knew it wasn't going to be stellar. And there's definitely some more room for upside with everything going on in regards to the post-pandemic. So for my final thoughts in regards to GME and AMC. For AMC, we already know a lot of catalysts are going to be moving forward, especially for post-pandemic in regards to New York and LA. And seeing that they were able to actually beat expectations is a great thing to see as a shareholder. But make sure, and I'm going to reiterate this, that you protect your profit. Since we started talking about AMC, you should be in the money right now. You should be doing very, very well. If you're not doing well right now, that means you probably got greedy or you weren't paying attention to the videos we've been doing. And that makes me want to put in the disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know you're doing it at your own risk. And now, in regards to GME, like I said, there was a big time opportunity today for anyone who is doing a day trade or a swing trade. And as far as any more movements in regards to the upside, I still do see it, but we do need to realize and know those support levels and those resistance levels, so when things like this happen, we can protect our profits, okay? And then for my last point, anyone that's looking at GME in regards to a long-term investment, stay on the sidelines and just be patient. Do not go in there right now at its current price. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and we'll talk soon.